Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audio Books, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Sciences, SOS, Master of Science, Zoology, MSc Zodo. Semester I. MZO001 Molecular Cell Biology. Block 1 Eukaryotic Cytoskeleton. Unit 1 Eukaryotic Cell, Structure and Function. 1.1 Introduction. All of you perhaps know that the cell is the fundamental unit of life. In this first unit of molecular cell biology, we will focus chiefly on the structure and function of a eukaryotic cell with special emphasis on the structural organization and function of different cell organelles. After studying this unit, you should be able to explain the structure and function of a eukaryotic cell, explain the structural organization of the different cellular organelles, explain the functional role played by the different cellular organelles, and explain the characteristics of different types of cells that make up tissues of plants and animals. 1.2 Cell, the basic unit of life. Scientists believe that the organisms on Earth evolved from a single cell almost 3.5 to 3.8 billion years ago. Cells are often called the microscopic building blocks of the body and constitute organic molecules like nucleic acids, proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids. Robert Hooke in 1665 is credited with giving the concept of a cell from his microscopic observations of a dead piece of cork tissue. The small compartments which constituted it was called cells. In Latin, cell is equal to small room, and thereby the term cell was coined. Antony van Leeuwenhoek was the pioneer in observing bacteria, sperms, and red blood corpuscles under the microscope. All living beings, including plants, animals, and other organisms like bacteria, are made of one cell or trillions of cells put together. Cells are considered to be the basic units of life and are surrounded by plasma membrane filled with a gel-like fluid called cytoplasm. These tiny fluid-filled cells carry out several biochemical reactions essential for an organism for growth and survival. Figure 1.1 shows the typical structure of a eukaryotic cell. The prebiotic synthesis of small molecules, the self-replication of catalytic RNA molecules, the translation of RNA sequences into amino acid sequences, and the assembly of lipid molecules to form membrane-bound compartments, collectively accounted for giving birth to primitive cell. Figure 1.1, structure of a eukaryotic cell representing both animal and plant organelles. Look at the screen. 1.3 Structure function of eukaryotic cell. The absence or presence of a true nucleus in the cells of an organism is an important defining feature by which cells are considered as either prokaryotes or eukaryotes. In eukaryotes, the constituents of the nucleus are separated by a membranous envelope, whereas in prokaryotes, there is no elaborate nucleus. In addition, eukaryotic cells have specialized compartments called organelles to play different roles in the cell. Primarily, all animal and plant cells are eukaryotic, whereas prokaryotic cells chiefly include bacteria and mycoplasma. According to the concepts of cellular evolution, one of the early eukaryotic cells ate a prokaryote by engulfing it, and the two cells formed a symbiotic association. The engulfed cell behaved as an organelle within the eukaryotic cell that engulfed it. Eukaryotic chloroplasts and mitochondria, which maintain their own genomes, are thought to have evolved from bacterial cell living in large cells. 1.4 Subcellular organelles. All eukaryotic cells show a basic structural model and are composed of two primary components, the cytoplasm and the nucleus. Subcellular organelles are the metabolically active and permanent residents within the cytoplasm of the cell. They are either membrane-bound or without membrane with definite shapes and specialized functions. You will get an overview of the principal organelles of eukaryotic cells in the underlying subsections. Didinium, a carnivorous ciliate, has a globular body, 150 mm in diameter, with two fringes of cilia. The synchronous beating of its cilia allows Didinium to swim in water at high speed. Upon encountering its suitable prey, Paramecium, Didinium releases small paralyzing darts from its snout region, followed by attaching to and devouring its prey and then inverting like a hollow ball to engulf other cell. This entire complex process is favored by cytoskeletal structure beneath the plasma membrane, consisting of parallel bundles of microtubules that form the core of each cilium. 1.4.1 Cilia and flagella. Many free-living eukaryotic cells such as protozoa and other microorganisms have projections involved in cellular locomotion or to move substances along the cellular surfaces. These projections or locomotory organelles project from the cell surfaces. If projections are present in large numbers and are short, resembling the hairs, they are called cilia, singular is equal to cilium, while if the projections are long but few in numbers, they are called flagella, singular is equal to flagellum, Fig. 1.2. The tissue cells of multicellular animals may also possess cilia to move a substance across the cell surface, such as mucus in the respiratory tract or the ovum during its passage through fallopian tubes. Both flagella and cilia are attached to the plasma membrane by a basal body. Internally, these projections consist of an array of two central microtubules and 9 pairs of peripheral microtubules, doublets, Fig. 1.2, that run from the basal body towards the tip of the structure. Microtubules are long, hollow tubules that are made up of a protein called tubulin. 3 types of cytosolic filaments compose the cytoskeleton that can be classified on the basis of their diameter, type of subunit and subunit arrangement, viz. I. Actin filaments or microfilaments, 8 to 9 nm in diameter, with a twisted two-stranded structure and composed of monomeric actin. Subunits, 2. Microtubules, 24 nanometers in diameter, with hollow tubular structure, and composed of polymerization of dimeric subunits of alpha and beta tubulin. 3. Intermediate filaments, resembling 10 nm diameter rope, assembled from the diverse family of proteins like nuclear lamins. There are certain intermediate filaments which are constructed from other proteins expressed in specific tissues, like desmin-containing filaments in muscle cells, keratin-containing filaments in epithelial cells, and vimentin-containing filaments in mesenchymal cells. Actin microfilaments are densely distributed in the apical region of the lumen of intestinal epithelial cells, forming dense microvilli and connected with cell-cell junctions. Lamin intermediate filaments are distributed in the inner nuclear membrane, whereas meshwork of keratin filaments connects the microvilli. Microtubules lie in close proximity to the major cell organelles such as the endoplasmic reticulum, ER, Golgi complex and vesicles. Fig. 1.2. Flagellum and cilia and cross-section of a flagella showing 9+2. Arrangement of microtubules. Look at the screen. 1.4.2 Cell wall. Most eukaryotic cells such as cells of fungi, algae and higher plants poses a cell wall, a semi-rigid covering that helps in maintaining the shape and integrity of the cell. Fig. 1.1. The cell wall lies external to the plasma membrane, offers protection against osmotic and mechanical stress, provides tensile strength and develops turgor pressure. The cell wall of eukaryotes is composed principally of polysaccharides. The cell wall of many algae and higher plants is composed of cellulose, a polysaccharide, made of linear polymer of glucose units, often containing more than 10,000 glucose monomers. The glucose units are joined by beta-1,4 glycosidic linkages so that the polysaccharide can form long straight chains. The cell wall of most fungi consists of the polysaccharide chitin, a polymer of N-acetyl-glucosamine (NAG) units, which also form the exoskeleton of arthropods, while cell wall of some fungi contains cellulose. Protozoa do not possess cell wall, but they have a flexible outer covering known as pellicle. The cell wall of yeast contains the polysaccharide glucan and mannan. Animal cells do not possess cell walls, but they have the plasma membrane or cell membrane that creates boundary between the cellular contents and its exterior environment. In animal cells, the plasma membrane remains covered by a glycocalyx consisting mostly of carbohydrates. The glycocalyx attaches cells together and provides strength to the cell surface. Eukaryotic cells do not contain peptidoglycan, a chief component of the prokaryotic cell wall, in their outer membranes. This has clinical significance because antibiotics like penicillin act against peptidoglycan and therefore do not affect human eukaryotic cells. 1.4.3 Plasma membrane. Plasma membrane, also called the cell membrane or plasmalemma, is a thin, elastic, semifluid, living protective membrane which separates the internal contents, cytoplasm and cytoplasmic organelles, from external surroundings. The plasma membrane controls the passage of materials, such as organic molecules, ions and water between the cells and its surrounding. It also prevents the passage of some substances to cell exterior to maintain ionic concentration gradient between the cytoplasm and the surroundings. The fluidity of a lipid bilayer depends on its composition and temperature. Change from liquid state to a rigid crystalline, gel, state at a characteristic freezing point is called phase transition and occurs when hydrocarbon chains are short or have double bonds. A plasma membrane is composed primarily of a phospholipid bilayer along with several membrane-bound proteins with a variety of functions. B. Phospholipid molecule harbors a phosphate group on one end, called the head, and two fatty acid chains forming the lipid tails. Both the lipid layers are interlinked by the non-polar and hydrophobic inner ends of lipid molecules. This ensures that the non-polar tails remain protected from the aqueous environment. Fig. 1.3. C. The negatively charged phosphate group renders polarity and hydrophobicity to the head group. The hydrophilic ends contribute association of lipid molecules with the molecules of protein layers. D. The protein molecules are arranged into different ways in lipid bilayers. I. Peripheral proteins or extrinsic proteins located on the outer and inner surfaces of the lipid bilayer. 2. Integral proteins or intrinsic proteins penetrate the lipid bilayer partially or entirely. Fig. 1.3. Fig. 1.3. Fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane. Look at the screen. Phospholipids are therefore amphipathic molecules. An amphipathic molecule harbors both a hydrophilic and a hydrophobic region. The cell membrane also possesses some other lipids, cholesterol, which contribute to the fluidity of the membrane. Functions of plasma membrane. A. It protects intracellular organelles from the outside environment. B. It has selective permeability as it selectively allows the flow of molecules. Molecules can be transported across the plasma membrane by any one of the following three methods. I. Diffusion. This process does not require energy. Molecules move from their regions of higher to lower concentration. Gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen pass through diffusion. 2. Osmosis. Osmosis is the diffusion of water through a semi-permeable membrane. Osmosis occurs due to the imbalance of solutes between cell exterior and interior without expenditure of energy. Solutions can be of three types: isotonic, hypotonic, and hypertonic. Two solutions that have a similar solute, salt or sugar, and water concentration are said to be isotonic, equal tension. In isotonic solutions, cells maintain their normal shape and function. A solution that has a higher concentration of solutes or salts, less water concentration, than a cell is said to be hypertonic. A cell in a hypertonic solution shrinks because water molecules tend to diffuse into a hypertonic solution, resulting in the disruption of the plasma membrane. In contrast, a solution that contains lesser salt, higher water concentration in the medium than the cell is said to be hypotonic. Cells kept in a hypotonic solution take in excess water as water molecules enter inside the cells, resulting in swelling and bursting of cells. 3. Active transport. During active transport, energy or ATP is required for the movement of certain molecules across the membrane from the region of their lower concentration towards the region of their higher concentration with the help of protein carriers called transporters. Apart from active transport and passive diffusion across the membrane, other mechanisms also allow certain substances in traversing the cell membrane. I. Endocytosis. Taking the content in, it is the process through which cells ingest extracellular substances. Endocytosis is of two types. Phagocytosis, cell eating, is the endocytosis of large particles. Immune cells are engaged in the phagocytosis of invading pathogens. The membrane folds out around the particle, generating a cavity, thus engulfing the particle. Pinocytosis, cell drinking, brings fluid containing solutes into the cell through membrane vesicles. 2. Exocytosis, passing the content out. This process is the reverse of endocytosis and involves the fusion of the vacuoles containing large quantities of materials with the plasma membrane as materials are discharged out of the cell. The plasma membranes in some tissue cells are modified into finger-like projections called microvilli, singular is equal to microvillus. These projections greatly increase the surface area of the plasma membrane. Such cells are typically found in the lining of the small intestine, the organ that absorbs nutrients from digested food. Intercellular junctions mediate cellular communications via direct contact. Plasmodesmata, singular is equal to plasmodesma, are junctions between plant cells, whereas gap junctions are present in animal cells. Such junctions are important in maintaining the integrity of tissues and in controlling the passage of substances. You will study in details about cell junctions in Unit 13. 1.4.4 Cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is a semi-solid, jelly-like medium within the cell and is enclosed by the cell membrane. It contains various suspended cellular organelles along with nutrients. Unlike prokaryotes, eukaryotic cytoplasm has a complex internal structure consisting of extremely small rods called microfilaments and intermediate filaments and cylinders called microtubules, Fig. 1.1. Together, they form a cytoskeleton that confers the cell its structure, place, a role during cell division, and assists in transport mechanism. Cytoplasmic streaming causes movement of cytoplasm from one part of the cell to another, allowing proper distribution of nutrients. 1.4.5 Nucleus. The nucleus is the most conspicuous organelle in a cell and is usually spherical or oval in shape. It is often located in the central part of the cytoplasm and contains almost all of the hereditary information, DNA. The nucleus is surrounded by a pair of concentric membranes called the nuclear envelope. The narrow space between outer and inner membrane is called the perinuclear space. At many positions, the outer membrane of the envelope fuses with the inner membrane to form nuclear pores which puncture the membrane, Fig. 1.4. These pores facilitate continuity between the fluid of the cytoplasm and the fluid of the nucleus. Ribosomes might be attached to the cytoplasmic face of the outer nuclear membrane, which may be continuous with the rough endoplasmic reticulum, RER, of the cytoplasm. The nucleoplasm contains one or more spherical structures called nucleoli. Singular nucleolus, along with chromosomes. Nucleoli are condensed regions of chromosomes where ribosomal RNA, rRNA, is synthesized. Fig. 1.4. Ultrastructure of the nucleus showing nuclear pores, nucleolus and chromosomes. Look at the screen. The nucleus, the largest organelle in animal cells, is bounded by two membranes, each containing a phospholipid bilayer with different types of proteins. The outer membrane is continuous with the rough ER. The space between the inner and outer membranes is continuous with the lumen of the rough ER. Nuclear pores, the ring-like complexes composed of specific membrane proteins and allowing free movement of materials, are the sites where the two nuclear membranes fuse. A subcompartment of nucleus called nucleolus without phospholipid membrane is responsible for the synthesis of ribosomal RNA. The finished or partially finished ribosomal subunits, as well as tRNAs and mRNA-containing particles, penetrate through nuclear pore into the cytosol for use in protein synthesis. Inactive or dormant nucleus with minimum DNA and RNA synthesis is found in mature erythrocytes from non-mammalian vertebrates. The nucleoplasm is the non-nucleolar regions of the nucleus, consisting of light-staining regions and dark areas corresponding to the condensed concentrated DNA called heterochromatin. Nuclear lamins are fibrous proteins that form a two-dimensional network along the inner surface of the inner membrane, conferring shape and allowing DNA binding. Chromosomes. Chromosomes are composed of chromatin fibers that readily bind the basic stains. In 1888, the German anatomist Heinrich Wilhelm Waldeyer introduced the term chromosome, which means colored body, for these structures. Chromosome number varies among different animals and plant species. Every species has a specific number of chromosomes. Humans, for example, has 46 chromosomes, whereas butterflies have 268 chromosomes. During nuclear division, the chromatin fibers coil into a shorter and thicker rod-like body called chromosomes, Fig. 1.5. Most chromosomes consist of two arms called chromatids, one on each side of the primary constriction or kinetochore or centromere. The centromere is the site of attachment of the chromosomes to the microtubules of the spindle during cell division. Secondary constrictions are associated with nucleoli and are called nucleolar organizer regions, NOR. The human genome contains about 3 into 10 powers 9 nucleotide pairs, organized as 24 chromosomes. Fig. 1.5. Structure of a chromosome. Look at the screen. Nucleosome. Chromatin fibers consist of a repeating pattern of bodies called nucleosomes. Nucleosomes are formed by the association of DNA and a specific nuclear protein called histone, Fig. 1.6. Histones are present in vast quantities. The histone proteins form a core and a 2 nanometers thick molecule of DNA makes 2 turns around this core. The histone core is an octamer consisting of 2 of each of the 4 histones, viz. H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. The fifth histone, H1, appears to interact with the DNA at its entry and exit points in the nucleosome. The successive nucleosomes are connected by linker DNA, Fig. 1.6. The histone core along with the linker DNA and histone H1 constitute a unit called mononucleosomes or chromatosomes. The H1 histones are larger, 220 amino acids, and have been less conserved during evolution than nucleosomal histones. Look at the screen. Fig. 1.6. Arrangement of successive nucleosomes connected by linker DNA. The nucleosome chain gives beads-on string appearance under an electron microscope. The string includes DNA and each bead is a nucleosome core particle. The beaded string forms a cylindrical coil or solenoid having 6 nucleosomes per turn. As noted earlier, two classes of chromatin fibers exist having diameters of 10 and 30 nanometers. It appears that the 10 nanometers fiber is formed from a linear array of nucleosomes, while 30 nanometers fiber is formed by the helical calling of 10 nanometers fibers. Each turn of the helix in a 30 nanometers fiber consists of about 6 nucleosomes and successive turns form a structure called a solenoid. This solenoid structure undergoes further calling to produce a 30 to 80 nanometers chromatin fiber and a chromatid of 700 nanometers. 1.4.6 Endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum, ER, is an extensive network of thin flattened membranous sacs and tubules called cisternae within the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells. The sacs and tubules are interconnected and their membrane is continuous with the nuclear envelope. The space within the tubules of the ER is known as the lumen or intracisternal space, which consists of the material enclosed within the tubules, Fig. 1.7, in a typical cell. The surface area that is represented by the ER membrane is more than 10 times that of the plasma membrane. Most eukaryotic cells contain two distinct but interrelated forms of the ER that differ in structure and function. These two forms of ER are rough ER, RER, and smooth ER, SER. Rough ER membrane is continuous with the nuclear membrane and usually unfolds into several flattened sacs. The outer surface of rough ER is associated with ribosomes, providing the rough ER with a bumpy appearance. A ribosome is an organelle where proteins are synthesized. The proteins are attached to rough ER and enter within the ER for processing and sorting. Fig. 1.7. Enzymes are present within the cisterns that attach the proteins to carbohydrates to form a glycoprotein. Thus, RER is a factory for the synthesis and modification of proteins destined for the cell membrane or export from the cell. Most proteins synthesized in RER are glycosylated due to the addition of a common N-linked oligosaccharide, N-acetylglucosamine, mannose glucose 2. The NH2 group of an asparagine amino acid. SA extends from rough ER to form a tubular network. Unlike rough ER, smooth ER lacks membrane-bound ribosomes. However, smooth ER contains unique enzymes and hence is more functionally diverse than rough ER. It synthesizes lipids, glycoproteins, and steroids such as estrogen and testosterone. For this reason, cells that produce large quantities of such hormones contain large numbers of smooth ER. The main cell type in the liver. The hepatocyte also has abundant smooth ER where it contains enzymes that metabolize various lipid-soluble compounds. It also contains enzymes that catalyze a series of reactions to detoxify various harmful substances produced by metabolism. ER comprises an extensive network of closed, flattened, membrane-bound sacs called cisternae. ER participates in the synthesis of membrane and secreted proteins as well as lipids. Smooth ER, lacking ribosomes, plays role in phospholipid and fatty acid synthesis. Enzymes in smooth ER of hepatocytes detoxify or modify pesticides, carcinogens, and other hydrophobic substances, converting them to more water-soluble, conjugated products for excretion. If accumulated, such compounds cause proliferation of smooth ER. In liver cells, ribosomes present in the cytosolic phase of the rough ER and bound by the nascent polypeptide chain of the protein, synthesize plasma, membrane and organelle proteins, and proteins of the extracellular matrix. Newly synthesized membrane proteins remain anchored with the rough ER membrane, and proteins to be secreted accumulate in the lumen of the organelle. Secretory cells like plasma cells, antibody production, islets of Langerhans, insulin and glucagon production, pancreatic acinar cells, digestive enzyme production, etc. contain abundant rough ER in their cytosol. Another function of the ER is to sequester Ca+2 from the cytosol. 1.4.7 Ribosomes. Ribosomes are small, electron-dense particles present in large numbers in the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells. Ribosomes occur in two states in the cytoplasm. They may be distributed along the cellular membranes such as RER, attached ribosomes, or they may be freely distributed in the cytoplasm, free ribosomes, Fig. 1.1. Attached ribosomes are involved in the synthesis of secretory, liposomal and membrane proteins, while free ribosomes synthesize proteins used inside the cell. Ribosomes in the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells have a sedimentation coefficient of about 80s and are composed of 60s and 40s subunits, Fig. 1.8. The larger 60s subunit comprises of 28s5s and 5.8s molecules of rRNA and 45 proteins. The smaller 40S subunit contains 18S molecules of rRNA and 33 proteins. 28 is 18S and 5.8S RNAs are produced by genes in the chromosomes of the nucleolar organizing region, NOR, of the cell. Nucleus. Basically, eukaryotic cells comprise of numerous copies of the genes that code for rRNA. These genes are arranged in a tandem fashion on one or more chromosomes of the nucleus. The DNA sequences between successive rDNA regions are not transcribed and are called spacer DNA. The rDNA and spacer DNA are usually looped off from the main axis of the chromosome and constitute the nucleolar organizing region, NOR. The NOR along with nuclear proteins form visible bodies known as nucleoli. However, the genes for 5S are not present in the NOR but are present elsewhere in the nucleus. Hence, these ribosomal subunits are made separately in the nucleolus and, once produced, escape the nucleolus and join together in the cytoplasm. 1.4.8 Mitochondria. Mitochondria, singular is equal to mitochondrion, were first discovered by Albert von Kolliker in 1850 from striated muscle tissue of insects, and the term mitochondrion, in Greek, mito is equal to thread plus chondrio is equal to granule, was coined by Carl Benda because of the thread-like appearance of these granules when examined under light microscope. Mitochondria are spherical or rod-shaped cytoplasmic organelles often called the powerhouses of the cell because of their key role in ATP production. Their number varies greatly among different cell types. For example, the protozoan Giardia has no mitochondria, whereas Chaos, an amoeba, contains several 100,000 mitochondria. Cells of higher animals also contain mitochondria. Liver cells contain 1,000 to 2,000 mitochondria per cell. Kidney cells contain less than 1,000, while sperm cells have less than 100 mitochondria. Structurally, a mitochondrion is enclosed by a double membrane, similar in structure to the plasma membranes. The outer mitochondrial membrane is smooth, while the series of folds in inner mitochondrial membrane are called cristae, singular is equal to crista, that extend into the interior of the organelle, Fig. 1.9. The inner membrane divides the volume of the organelle into two parts. The matrix, which is a semifluid substance enclosed by the inner membrane, and the fluid-filled intermembrane space between the inner and outer membranes. The outer membrane protects the organelle and contains specialized proteins known as porins, which allow free passage for several molecules into intermembrane space, Fig. 1.9. Look at the screen. Fig. 1.9. Detailed structure of a mitochondrion. The nature and arrangement of the cristae provides a greater surface area to the inner membrane, which is also the site of chemical reactions. The matrix, intermembrane spaces as well as double membranes of mitochondria comprise a variety of enzymes and are engaged in various metabolic functions of the cell, including a. The energy-producing phases of carbohydrate and fat metabolism, called cellular respiration. B. ATP synthesis, which provides usable cellular energy to the cell. C. Porphyrin synthesis. Some proteins participating in cellular respiration, including ATP-producing enzymes, are located on the cristae of the inner mitochondrial membrane. The matrix contains enzymes of the Krebs cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle, TCA cycle, as well as salts and water. Mitochondria occupy up to 25% of the volume of the cytoplasm. There are several mitochondria within the cytoplasm. Structurally, they have double membranes which have different structure and functions. While the outer membrane is constituted by 50% lipids and 50% proteins, along with porin. Protein, conferring permeability to molecules with molecular weight as high as 10,000, the inner membrane has higher proportion of protein, 80%, than lipids, 20%, and less permeable. The outer mitochondrial membrane resembles the outer membrane of gram-negative bacteria. The inner membrane is thrown into a series of enfoldings called cristae that protrude into the central space called matrix. Mitochondria is referred to as powerhouse of the cell since they are the main site for synthesis of as many as 28 ATP molecules via terminal oxidation during aerobic respiration. Likewise, all the ATP formed in the oxidation of fatty acids to CO2 is generated in mitochondria. Mitochondria are semi-autonomous organelles and contain their own genetic system. Mitochondria contain 70 S ribosomes and some circular DNA molecules in their matrix, as well as the machinery for replication, transcription, and translation. 1.4.9 Chloroplast. Many eukaryotic cells, especially those of algae and green plants, contain a unique organelle called chloroplast, Fig. 1.10, which is a membrane-enclosed structure and is somewhat similar to mitochondria. Chloroplast contains the pigment chlorophyll and enzymes required to perform photosynthesis using solar energy to synthesize carbohydrates from atmospheric CO2 and water. The chloroplast belongs to a group of related organelles in plants called plastids. Plastids differ in structure, carry out diverse functions, and are classified according to the kinds of pigments they contain. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll while chromoplasts are lycopene-containing plastids and are responsible for yellow, orange and red colors of some flowers and fruits. Leucoplasts are non-pigmented plastids, and amyloplasts are starch-storing plastids of potato tubers. All plastids are believed to develop from a common proplastid precursor. The ellipsoid-shaped chloroplast remains enclosed in a double membrane and the area between the two membranes is called the intermembrane space. The outer membrane is smooth and regulates the transport of materials between the cytoplasm and the interior of the organelle, while the inner membrane gives rise to a series of internal parallel enfoldings called lamellae. These lamellae are suspended in a granular fluid or matrix called the stroma. The lamellae are organized to form flattened disc-shaped sacs called thylakoids, which are arranged in stacks called grana, singular is equal to granum. A typical chloroplast comprises of almost 40 to 60 grana, and each granum may be composed of 2 to 100 small, flattened thylakoids, Fig. 1.10. Except for vacuoles, chloroplasts, the double-membraned organelle, are the largest and the most characteristic organelles in plant cells. Thylakoids are membrane-bound sacs that form an extensive network to form flattened discs. In chloroplast, stacks termed grana are embedded in a matrix called the stroma. Chlorophyll and other accessory pigments that absorb light and enzymes and generate ATP are present within thylakoid membrane. Like mitochondria, chloroplasts have their own genome and contain 70s ribosomes, DNA, and enzymes involved in protein synthesis. Origin of mitochondria and chloroplast. With the discovery of mitochondrial and chloroplast DNA, the endosymbiotic hypothesis of the origin of mitochondria and chloroplast came into existence, which proposes that mitochondria and chloroplast have prokaryotic origin, thereby establishing symbiotic association between prokaryote and eukaryote. Mitochondria evolved from purple non-sulfur bacteria, alpha proteobacteria, Fig. 1.11, through permanent intracellular enslavement via complex protein import. Machinery. Insertion of protein carriers in the inner membrane of such endosymbionts allowed them to extract energy for the host. The CoRR, collocation for redox regulation, hypothesis given by John F. Allen proposes that organelles have retained genomes so that they can control expression of components of respiratory and photosynthetic electron transport system, thereby maintaining redox balance in bioenergetics. They have converged in genetic content so as to encode the same set of ribosomal proteins. Algal and plant chloroplasts originated from a cyanobacterial endosymbiont on the basis of mutual exchange of proteins involved in oxygenic photosynthesis and gene expression system. The present accepted view suggests that a cyanobacterium related to Glomargarita might be the common ancestor of the chloroplasts of Archaeplastida, green algae plants, red algae, and glaucophytes. Another hypothesis called host-directed chloroplast formation hypothesis proposes that the eukaryotic host cell acquired glycolipid synthesis genes in order to adapt against phosphate limitation. This in turn helped in pre-adaptation by facilitating chloroplast formation by providing glycolipid-based membranes. Fig. 1.11. According to the endosymbiotic theory, the mitochondria and chloroplasts each evolved due to bacterial uptake. These bacteria established a symbiotic relationship with their host cell. Look at the screen. Structural similarity exists between mitochondrial and chloroplast ribosomes. Mitochondrial and chloroplast DNA are reduced compared to nuclear DNA due to the movement of many of the genes from the organelles to the host cell. Nucleus. 1.4. 10 Golgi complex. Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus or dictyosome of eukaryotic cells is an organelle that is involved in a variety of essential functions of the cell. In 1898, the Golgi complex was first described and named in the honor of Camillo Golgi, a pioneer of cytology and cytochemistry. The important functions of the Golgi complex include a. The processing of most of the proteins synthesized by ribosomes attached to rough e.g. glycosylation, phosphorylation, sulfation and selective proteolysis. B. The packaging of secretory materials that are to be discharged from the cell. C. Secretion or the transport of processed and sorted proteins to their destinations, lysosomes and plasma membrane. D. Synthesis of certain polysaccharides and glycolipids. E. Preparation of membranous components for lysosomes and plasma membrane. F. Complex polysaccharides including pectin of the cell wall, synthesized at the Golgi complex. Golgi complex consists of a stack of 3 to 20 flattened, curved cisterns and associated vesicles, giving it a cup-like shape. Fig. 1.12. Proteins from the enter at its CIS phase or forming phase, entry phase, which is convex and oriented toward the nucleus. Following their transport through Golgi, they exit from the concave trans phase or maturing phase, exit phase, Fig. 1.12. Fig. 1.12. Structure of a Golgi complex. Look at the screen. Basically, the proteins synthesized by ribosomes are enclosed by a portion of the ER membrane, budding from the ER surface to form a transport vesicle, which fuses with the Golgi complex, releasing proteins into the cistern. The modified proteins are processed and move from one cistern to another via transfer vesicles. These vesicles bud from the edges of the cisterns. Some of the processed proteins leave the cisterns in secretory vesicles, which fuse with the plasma membrane and empty their contents outside the cell. Other processed proteins leave the cisterns in vesicles that deliver their substances to the plasma membrane. Finally, some processed proteins leave the cisterns in specialized vesicles called storage vesicles, the major type being the lysosome. Golgi complex comprises of a series of flattened membrane vesicles or sacs, cisternae, surrounded by a number of spherical membrane-bound vesicles. Cisternae have three distinct regions, the CIS, the medial and trans. Fusion occurs between transport vesicles, originating by budding from rough ER, uncoated with ribosomes, with the CIS region of the Golgi complex, where the proteins are targeted. This is followed by the migration of the proteins from CIS to medial to trans region, where they undergo modifications, and then transported out by second set of vesicles, budded from the trans side of the Golgi complex. Finally, these proteins are destined to plasma membrane or other organelles, while soluble or membrane proteins are carried to lysosomes as well by some vesicles. 1st April 2011 Lysosomes. Lysosomes are structurally heterogeneous group of organelles that are formed from the Golgi complex and are membrane-enclosed spherical vacuoles. The existence of lysosomes was discovered and named by Nobel Prize laureate Christian D. Duve and his co-workers. Lysosomes are bound by only a single membrane and lack internal structure, but they contain as many as 50 different kinds of powerful hydrolytic enzymes capable of hydrolyzing proteins, polysaccharides, nucleic acids, lipids, and other molecules. Further, these enzymes can also digest cell-invading bacteria. Fig. 1.13. Human white blood cells, which ingest bacteria through phagocytosis, contain numerous lysosomes. Several different lysosomal forms have been identified within individual cells, including a. Primary lysosomes or protolysosomes. They are newly synthesized organelles bounded by a single membrane and believed to be derived from the trans phase of the Golgi complex. B. Secondary lysosomes. These are of two kinds. I. Heterophagic vacuoles or heterolysosomes or phagolysosomes. They are formed by the fusion of primary lysosomes with cytoplasmic vacuoles, endosomes, enclosing extracellular materials taken up from the outside of the cell by the process of endocytosis. Fig. 1.13. In phagocytosis, specialized cells called macrophages ingest large particles, including bacteria, cell debris, and senescent cells that need to be removed. Such large particles are taken up in phagocytic vacuoles, phagosomes, which fuse with lysosomes. After fusion, enzymes of primary lysosomes are released into the vacuoles, phagosomes or endosomes, resulting in digestion of their contents. 2. Autophagic vacuoles. These vacuoles contain materials derived from own cytoplasm of the cell, including fragments of cellular Organelles, Fig. 1.13. These components are hydrolyzed by the lysosomal enzymes and the process is called autophagy. Auto digestion is a natural process during cell growth and repair. C. Residual bodies materials that are not digested within the secondary lysosomes or unabsorbed materials from the cytosol are all retained within the residual bodies. These bodies fuse with the plasma membrane during exocytosis, Fig. 1.13. Fig. 1.13. Functioning of lysosomes. Look at the screen. Endocytosis is the process which helps in the internalization of proteins and some other soluble macromolecules in the extracellular milieu across the lipid bilayer. Due to invagination of a portion of plasma membrane, a coated pit is formed, whose cytosolic phase consists of specific proteins including clathrin. The pit pinches from the membrane into small membranous vesicle. The extracellular materials contained in the vesicle is targeted to some membrane-limited tubules and vesicles called early endosomes, from where certain membrane proteins are targeted to a late endosome for protein sorting. The delivery of its membrane and internal contents by late endosome to lysosomes for degradation marks the end of endocytosis. You will study in further details. In Unit 7, aged or obsolete cellular components or organelle are degraded by lysosomes via a process called autophagy. A group of enzymes, housed within the lysosomes, degrade polymers into monomers, viz. Nucleases. Degrade RNA and DNA into their mononucleotides, proteases degrade proteins and peptides, phosphatases remove phosphate groups from mononucleotides and phospholipids. Since such enzymes function at low pH, they are collectively termed acid hydrolases. Due to acidic pH, the proteins are denatured and are susceptible to attack by lysosomal hydrolases. Lysosomal enzymes do not function at the neutral pH of cells and in extracellular fluids. Nuclear and cytosolic proteins, instead of being degraded in lysosomes, are destroyed in large multiprotein complexes called proteasomes in the cytosol. Primary lysosomes are roughly spherical without particulate or membrane debris. Secondary lysosomes are larger and irregularly shaped, formed by the fusion of primary lysosomes with other membrane-bounded organelles and vesicles. Particles or membranes are digested within secondary lysosomes. One human genetic disease, characterized by a defect in a lysosomal enzyme causing ganglioside degradation, is Tay-Sachs disease. Glycolipids accumulate in nerve cells which are enlarged with swollen lipid-filled lysosomes, leading to dementia and blindness by the age of 2 in newborn child and death by age of 3. Lysosomal storage diseases, LSDs, in which undegraded material accumulates within the lysosomes, result due to mutations in the genes that encode degradative enzymes hydrolyzing proteins, DNA, RNA, polysaccharides, and lipids. Mutation in the gene that encodes a lysosomal enzyme required for the breakdown of glycolipids causes one LSD called Gaucher's disease. As a result of deficiency in the enzyme that catalyzes the first step in the tagging of lysosomal enzymes with mannose 6-phosphate in the Golgi apparatus, I-cell disease is caused where lysosomal enzymes fail to be incorporated within lysosomes. 1st April 2012 Microbodies. Microbodies are a variety of small bodies present in plant and animal cells. These organelles are typically spherical or ovoid in structure, having a single bounding membrane and containing an amorphous granular matrix. They can be of two types. Peroxisomes. Peroxisomes are small, membrane-enclosed organelles similar in structure to lysosomes but are smaller in size. Peroxisomes contain numerous enzymes that can oxidize various organic substances, for example, uric acids, amino acids, and fatty acids. The oxidation of fatty acids is important as it provides a major source of metabolic energy. A byproduct of the oxidation reaction is hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, a potentially toxic compound. However, peroxisomal catalase is involved in the degradation of H2O2. Hence, peroxisomes protect cells from the toxic effects of H2O2, Fig. 1.1. Certain spherical organelles called peroxisomes are present in all animal cells, except erythrocytes and most plant cells. Peroxisomal oxidases oxidize organic substances in presence of molecular oxygen to generate the toxic H2O2, which in turn is degraded by peroxisomal catalase, yielding water and oxygen. The main function of peroxisomes is oxidation of fatty acids to generate precursors for several metabolic pathways. Unlike mitochondria, fatty acid oxidation in peroxisomes yields acetyl groups without ATP formation. After the transport of these acetyl groups in cytosol, they participate in the synthesis of cholesterol and other metabolites. X-linked adrenoleukodystrophy, ADL, is an inherited human disease caused due to defective oxidation of long-chain fatty acids in peroxisomes. Inception of severe neurological disorders occurs during mid-childhood, followed by death within a few years. The biochemical basis of this disease is defective ADL gene, leading to improper functioning of the encoded peroxisomal membrane protein that fails to transport a fatty acid oxidizing enzyme within peroxisomes. Glyoxysomes. Glyoxysomes are found in certain plant tissues and are actually a form of plant peroxisomes. Glyoxomes contain enzymes of the glyoxylate cycle, which is responsible for the conversion of lipids to sugar during initial stages of germination in all seeds. Glyoxysomes present in plant seeds are similar to peroxisomes and oxidize stored lipids as carbon and energy source to sustain growth. 1st April 2013 Vacuoles. Vacuoles are the organelles that are present chiefly in plant cells and possess some of the properties of lysosomes. Vacuoles are derived from the Golgi complex and have various functions. The membrane enclosing the plant cell vacuole is called the tonoplast. Like lysosomes, a plant cell vacuole contains hydrolytic enzymes. In addition, some vacuoles serve as temporary storage organelles for substances such as sugar, salts, acids, and nitrogenous compounds. In immature and actively dividing plant cells, the vacuoles are quite small. As the cells mature, the vacuoles merge to form larger compartments. In mature cells of higher plants, are larger and centrally located. Vacuole may occupy as much as 80% of the total cell volume. Since the actual vacuole that we see is a coalescence of several small vacuoles, the word vacuum is sometimes used instead of vacuole. A vacuole maintains the balance of water inside and outside a cell, since the water accumulates in the vacuole as a result of osmosis of the dissolved substances causing the plant cells to increase in size. Vacuoles also contribute to the rigidity of the leaves and younger parts of the plants. Vacuoles of many plant cells also store wastes and harmful toxins that would be injurious if they accumulate in the cytoplasm. Fig. 1.1. Plant cells contain at least one membrane-bound vacuole, which may occupy as much as 80% of a cell. The type of the cell and its developmental stage determine the number and size of the vacuoles. Vacuole, which has an acidic pH with a battery of hydrolytic enzymes, functions similarly to lysosomes. Several membrane transporters are present in the tonoplast that regulate low pH as well as maintain ionic homeostasis through vacuolar sequestration of detrimental ions. Storage vacuoles accumulate water, nutrients like sucrose and amino acids and ions, which gain entry through tonoplast membrane proteins. Since solute concentration within vacuoles is higher than extracellular fluid, water flow within vacuoles occur by osmotic flow. Due to vacuolar expansion, a hydrostatic pressure, or turgor, 5 to 20 atmospheres is created, which is counterbalanced by the mechanical resistance of the cellulosic cell wall. 1.5 Cell morphology and shape. Cell morphology is the branch of science dealing with the cell structure, shape, size, and arrangement of cells. Cells are the most basic and vital unit of all living organisms, and cell morphology involves the structural framework of this basic unit of life. Prokaryotic organisms are typically unicellular and are devoid of a well-defined nucleus. Eukaryotes can be both unicellular and multicellular organisms, having a well-defined nucleus and specialized organelles in their cells. The cells in eukaryotes display a wide variety of different cell morphologies and are in synchrony with each other to make the body functional. 1.5.1 Size of cell. Eukaryotic cells are significantly larger than prokaryotic cells, which have a diameter of typically 10 to 100 micrometers. Eukaryotic cell S are 10 to 100 times the size of prokaryotic cells. 1.5.2 Types of cell morphology in eukaryotes. Morphology of plant cells. Plant cells possess a separate cell wall which provides a highly defined morphology. The shape of cells differs from tissue to tissue, and there are four basic types of cells in most plants. A. Epidermal cells. They are generally rectangular and are the external component of the tissue system. They play the primary role of protecting plants from different environmental factors. B. Parenchyma cells. They are nearly spherical to brick-shaped cells. They are loosely packed, thin-walled and undifferentiated cells with a wider distribution. They participate in several functions including photosynthesis and food storage. Fig. 1.15. C. Collenchyma cells. They are elongated living cells and occur in the peripheral region of the plants. The cell wall is usually irregular and made up of cellulose and pectin molecules. They confer flexibility and tensile strength, allowing the plants to bend. Fig. 1.15. Look at the screen. D. Sclerenchyma cells. They are collenchymatous cells with lignified cell wall. They are more rigid cells compared to parenchyma and collenchyma. These cells are vital in providing anchorage and offering mechanical support to the plants. Fig. 1.16. Morphology of mammalian cells. Mammalian cells are basically of three types. A. Epithelial cells, they are rectangular or polygonal in shape with more regular dimensions. Epithelial cells can be squamous, columnar, or cuboidal. These cells attach to a surface and grow. Morphology of mammalian cells. Mammalian cells are basically of three types. A. Epithelial cells, they are rectangular or polygonal in shape with more regular dimensions. Epithelial cells can be squamous, columnar, or cuboidal. These cells attach to a surface and grow. C. Lymphoblast cells, they are spherical or round-shaped cells and grow in suspension without attaching to a surface. They give origin to immune cells known as lymphocytes. 1.6 Summary. All organisms on Earth originated from a single cell that existed some 3.5 to 3.8 billion years ago. The absence or presence of a true nucleus in the cells of an organism is an important defining feature by which cells are considered as either prokaryotes or eukaryotes. If projections are present in large numbers and are short, resembling hairs, they are called cilia, while if the projections are long, but few in numbers, they are called flagella. The cell walls of many algae and higher plants are composed of cellulose. The fluid mosaic model proposed by S.J. Singer and G. Nicholson, 1972, is the most widely accepted model for plasma membrane. Chromatin fibers consist of a repeating pattern of bodies called nucleosomes, formed by the association of DNA and a specific nuclear protein called histones. The outer surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum is associated with ribosomes. Mitochondria and chloroplasts are semi-autonomous organelles, establishing symbiotic association between prokaryote and eukaryote. Following endosymbiotic hypothesis, lysosomes contain as many as 50 different kinds of powerful hydrolytic enzymes capable of hydrolyzing proteins, polysaccharides, nucleic acids, lipids, and other molecules. Vacuole maintains the balance of water inside and outside a cell since the water accumulates in the vacuole as a result of osmosis of the dissolved substances, causing the plant cells to increase in size. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video with next chapter.